therapy lesson today that you are never the problem.
Yeah, here at Therapy for the Twisted, you heard it here. We don't believe in accountability.
She made a fake obituary for her mother so she could go skiing with her boyfriend.
But a guy in Kentucky last week got arrested for having sex with a dead deer.
Whoa.
Decided at a very young age that I was going to live forever.
They deserve to be eaten.
All right, guys, it is Therapy for the Twisted remote style. First time
Yeah.
we've done that. We're in our virtual therapy office. We got Valentina.
Hello.
We got Skylar.
Hey, guys.
And we're going to try this out. We got a special guest, L.A. Preston, is going to be on here. He is a comedian out of Virginia, and he agreed to do a therapy session with us remotely. So we're super excited about that. Anything new going on with you guys?
Valentina, you up for it? She said no.
Not really.
Nothing.
Oh, this will be a boring episode.
Yeah.
I just did a show last night. Super fun. I did a burlesque show. I did not get naked, but it was a good time. And I told everybody about the live that we're gonna get up to doing here shortly. So see if we can get some more viewers and stuff like that. I've been working on some music, so that's fun. Working on some music. What about you, man?
Valentina?
What you been doing?
Me?
Guys?
Yeah,
Yeah, you.
you.
Oh, me? I've been getting ready for this virtual show.
Right.
It's really cool. We got a green screen and all that stuff going on. So it's
I'm
pretty
glad you cleaned the virtual office because you guys should have seen
cool.
it.
Skylar, get your head in
It
here
was-
so we can see you.
It was bad, man. The
There
virtual
you go.
office. I'm glad you cleaned it.
The virtual office, yeah, it was like really dirty. We had to
Yeah.
like sweep it up and everything.
Yeah.
Valentina, what's married life still going good for you?
Yeah, no complaints.
I ask you that every week. So
Yeah, you're about a month in.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
going to go ahead and cut to the chase. We got some psychology stuff we're going to talk about. There is a condition. What is it called, Valentina?
Aphantasia,
Aphasia. That sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds scary.
right?
Yeah, I don't want to get
Does
that.
it taste good?
Is it something you can catch from someone?
No. We might be generic though.
Ah,
Genetic.
So what's this condition consist
So
of?
it's the inability to voluntarily form mental images, often described as having a blind mind's eye. So basically, you can't picture things the way that other people picture things.
Ah,
So if we're talking about an apple, there's different levels to it. Some people can picture a full-on apple with color. You can picture that in your mind.
mm-hmm.
Other people just they can't form that image in their head,
Oh wow.
or they can
okay.
form an outline of it.
So so if I was like trying to remember something that happened to me as like a kid, I would remember it, but I wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah,
Mm.
you would remember like how you felt and things like that, but you wouldn't
Mm.
be able to picture it.
Wow.
Hmm.
Do you know how many people kind of have that condition?
1 in 4.
Whoa.
Whoa, 1 in 4?
Wait, so we need
Wait.
one more person.
Oh no,
We
1
did-
to 4%. Just kidding.
1 to 4%.
That's a different number.
I was like, wow, that's totally different. That changes it quite
Yeah.
a bit. Yeah.
But it's self-diagnosable. So if you think you
Okay.
have that, you just go on the internet and look it
Ah.
up. And
They'll tell
yeah.
you. Yeah. Well, I guess you would know if you have it.
yeah, but you wouldn't know that it's different,
Mm.
because that's all.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
all
'cause
you
it'd
would
be like
know.
normal to you.
Yeah, so you wouldn't know that other people can picture stuff
Mhm.
when you can't.
Gotcha. That's interesting. What about dreams? Does it affect dreams?
Nope.
No, so that's a different type of the brain that's doing that.
So they would kind of understand what we do or what we see in our heads because they have dreams. They just
Yeah, I
can't.
guess so.
Ooh, that's got to be a weird feeling. It's like you understand it in concept because it happens in your dreams, but you don't understand it in
When you're awake.
like your normal life.
That is
wow.
really weird.
Yeah.
It makes you think, like, when we think about colors,
Mm.
how do we know that other people see the same colors we do?
Yeah.
Like if I say blue, I know what my blue looks like. And your blue could be my yellow, but
Mhm.
you
Ooh.
learned that as blue.
I do think that we see different shades of things because like
Yeah.
people argue all the time. Is that blue? Is that green? Is that blue? Is that green? And they go back and forth. And okay, a good example, the background right now on our virtual. Now, if you're listening to this and you're not watching it, this is not a good segment for you, but it's like a bluish green behind us. It's on
Yeah.
the wall. Skylar, when you look at that, do you see blue or green?
I'm gonna make it difficult and say bluish green.
Bluish
So
green?
I see the bluish green there.
Ah, okay.
I would lean more I would lean more towards green for this.
Green. What about you, Valentina?
I think I would too.
Lean more towards green.
Yeah, it's definitely a bluish green, but more
So
towards
whenever
a
that
dark green.
palette is picked, it is on the blue,
Oh.
but it is a shade that looks greenish.
Do they have
Yeah.
a name for it?
They do, but I don't have that right in
Oh,
front of me
okay,
there.
all right.
But yeah, so that's interesting. I think that I see very vivid things.
Mm.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about is that? Yeah, I know where I am on the scale. So Valentina, what do you see when you?
Oh, everything. I can full on picture
Okay.
it. Yeah.
So we're all like a.
Superheroes.
seen that
I
picture.
think
We're part of the 99%.
yeah, we are the cool 99% that have great minds that can think. And whoever's at the 1% just turned off this podcast.
Right,
They're like,
right. they're
screw
gone.
those guys.
And if you have the aphantasia or whatever it is, then you can't even visualize what this color might be if you're listening.
Yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
about
If you're
that.
trying to visualize a bluish green wall,
Yeah,
can't do it.
yeah. it's
That's
weird.
pretty crazy though.
Think about
Because when
how-
you hear someone's voice and you don't see them, you kind of make up what you think they look like.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's weird.
Yeah. That's like, and when you read a book, how about when you read
Yeah.
a book, you imagine like what, and that's the fun part of reading a book, I think, is visualizing. I bet they love movies better than
Yeah.
books.
Yeah, I
They're
was gonna say the movie's always better for them.
yeah, I can actually see what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
So we got LA Preston. He gave us his file. Now he didn't give us much to work with, which is scary for him because he says we can talk about anything, and I don't know if he wants to hear about what we want to talk about.
That might be unsafe.
Yeah, for sure. But he did answer a few questions here. He said that the scariest, I'm going to skip to his most irrational fear because I think that's the best. Being approached on the street by somebody from the bang bus.
Ooh.
That's so specific.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that is. Now, does that mean he's getting in the bus to, or he's being brought in to like hired as the
Is he
person
the-
who's in the bang bus?
Yeah, is he the banger or the bangee?
Yes, that is. You said
What's-
that perfectly,
yeah.
Skylar. The
Yeah.
banger or the bangee?
Yeah, which one?
I think if he's scared, he's probably being the
The bangee.
yeah, the bangee. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like the least favorable position to
Yeah.
be in when it comes to the bang
Right.
bus.
Or he's got like performance anxiety. He's the banger and he doesn't.
Ah,
realize
yeah, there's
he
cameras.
can-
Yeah. His family's going to see that and be like disappointed in the fact that he couldn't perform.
Mhm.
Wait, go back up. It says, "What strange hill are you willing to die on?" He said,
Lauren Hill, the guy's a comedian.
Oh,
I was
hey,
out,
"How
yeah.
funny!"
How
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
No pun intended there,
Right, right.
LA.
The bang bus.
Exactly. He said he was cool with anything we want to talk about. So
That's dangerous, LA, but we'll.
that's
roll with it.
dangerous. Yeah, we'll definitely reach into that. Well, listen, I think we've rambled enough for the first podcast remotely. We're going to
ready to-
bring in our first guest remotely, our Zoom therapy session, very first one. We're going to bring in LA Preston.
The bangee.
The Bangee.
He's here.
Hello.
Yeah. Hiya.
How you doing?
Doing great.
All right. So we're excited to have you. Very first therapy session remotely. So you didn't want to pay the fees to come in and do one on the couch. You wanted the
That's
cheap.
right.
We got you here.
Well, the only way we could get him if he was going to come was on the bang bus. So
We didn't want the bang bus
We didn't
pulling
wanna
in
get-
front of the
yeah.
therapy office there.
That's right. I seen too many videos with somebody on the couch. They call it the casting couch. So I had to.
Yeah.
that's right.
Our virtual couch is quite messy back there.
He's
Yeah, right.
actually afraid of couches.
Some stains on the left. Just yeah.
So LA, since we're going to keep asking each of our guests, I think, till we find one. Can you visualize things in your mind completely?
I can.
Okay. So if you think of an apple, you can see like every detail of the apple.
I sure can. I am part of the normal. Yes.
Okay.
Another 99%.
You're a
I
99%er.
am 99%.
All right.
We're
Yeah.
not interesting at all, basically.
Exactly.
But people like that, they would be bad. They can't be witnesses to anything
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at
No, that's a
all.
good point.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
Can
like,
you
yeah.
describe nothing. They can't even describe anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, who robbed the store? A guy. He
What
was
he looked
there
like.
and then he wasn't there, and I think he had feet. I don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely a guy, but I cannot visualize him at all.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a crazy thought. I never knew about that until recently. So
That's gotta be like the opposite of a photographic memory.
yeah,
right?
it's a non-photographic
Yeah.
memory.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Like if you watch this podcast and you're one of the 1%, you'll never be able to see this in your head again. So enjoy it. Bring it in.
A little cross promotion. LA just got his background back
Yeah, I
up.
had to put it out. I forgot, man.
We wasn't gonna say anything. We're like, we bring this guy in, and it was like a
Now, is that just for now? Can they hear the person's like voice, or is their voice distorted, or is
No,
it
I
just
think that's
picturing?
different.
I
Yeah.
think it's
I think it's just picturing.
Okay, just picturing. Okay.
yeah. So it's very interesting. Like we actually had someone. We actually met a 1%er, didn't we?
Hmm.
Do you know what's his name? Chris
Tester.
Chris
Tester,
Tester.
Yeah,
I don't
we
believe
met
so.
him.
Okay, he'll be on a future podcast, and
Yeah.
he's one of those people. And we kept just asking him questions. We were just amazed. Like, so you
Yeah.
can't visualize this? He's like,
Hey,
no.
what about a pencil? What about this? What about
Yeah,
He's-
it's like every object, as if the object makes a difference.
right?
Yeah, and he would literally was talking to us about it, and he said like we just kept asking those questions. But he said it wasn't until recently, just as an adult, that he realized other people can do that. And he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You can actually see that in your mind, in your head? Like, do you see it? And they're like, yeah. And he was blown away.
Dang,
So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it's crazy.
Because that's not a subject you would think about
Right.
talking about somebody. So you would think that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think everybody does that.
Yeah. So LA, let's talk about you. This is a therapy session. You're a comedian, so I'm sure you have a lot of issues.
Absolutely.
It's the only way you can be a comedian, I think.
Come on.
So what gives you anxiety, LA?
What gives me anxiety? I just want to be a decent human being. That's what gives me anxiety. When people don't think I'm a good person or something like that, it's like, well, why you don't think I'm a good person? And most people don't have an answer for that. So I just want to be a decent human being. What gives me anxiety, I want my kids to be like, yo, man, you're a great father. I want my wife to think I'm a great husband. I want whatever I am. I want people who come to see my shows think I'm a great comedian and stuff. And if people don't think that, I'm like, man, why?
Well, listen, LA, it doesn't matter. And we talked about this in other episodes. It needs to be repeated that no matter how good of a person you are, no matter how good of a person you are to people, there's going to be people who don't like you.
Right.
And they're going to have
Well,
something negative to say about you. And it does not matter. It's just human nature.
You're right. And I try to stay away from them people as much as possible.
They're toxic. I think a lot of it could be jealousy. You know, maybe you're doing something they want to do. Maybe it's just the way of making themselves feel better or bring themselves up by trying to talk you down. Whatever it might be, but it's usually an insecurity on their part.
Okay.
Or it could be a misunderstanding too. Like I've heard a lot of people hate someone else for something that's not even what happened.
Yeah, that's no communication. You know,
Mhm.
things can happen and people take things the wrong way. Maybe you
Yeah.
said something that they took the wrong way and they never communicated with you and they held that grudge, which is never good either. You should always talk
Right.
things out, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I mean, if I feel someone has someone says that they don't like me for some reason or they think I don't like them, I contact them. I'm like, what is the problem?
Have a dialogue.
Yeah, LA reached out to me every week. He's like, "What's the problem this time?" I'm
Why
like,
you
yeah,
mad at
well,
me?
I'm like, you know,
Why is he trashing
you
me
know,
on
LA.
stage?
Yeah, man. Philip and I had a couple conversations about a year ago about a particular person.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's always something. I mean, Phil watches my podcast. There's always something or someone doing something.
Yeah, that Virginia comedy scene's wild, man. I got caught up into it, and I don't even know those people. And they brought me into it. I'm like, what is this?
Exactly.
So it's crazy. Yeah.
I saw something, I believe either last night or 2 nights ago, but it was this like statement on everybody not liking you, and how no matter what you do, somebody's not gonna like you, but it was more like not everybody has to like you. It's not a failure, it's a filter. So
Mm.
it's like,
Okay.
yeah, so it's like if not everybody likes you, then you just find your people faster.
That, and I noticed the more successful you are, and I never thought this for a long time because there was a long time where I wasn't really successful at anything. But once you become successful at something and the haters come out of the woodwork, they love you when you're just like not being successful. Once you start doing stuff and they see you doing stuff that's bigger than what they're doing, and the knives come out for sure.
Yeah.
LA,
I try not to get that haters. I try not to. I try to say they're just dislikers. That's all
Yeah.
they are.
It can be a badge of honor sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think personally, LA, that because I know you've had a lot of experience with it, and you don't have to name drop whatever. We're not looking to stab at people, but it's
Not yet.
unless you want to, but it's like personally, why do you think people kind of go into that hater mode or disliker mode, like when they're kind of messing with you in the beginning, they're kind of cool with you, and then all of a sudden it flips? Or was that your experience? Or
Oh yeah. What happens is that when you're new, you don't know what you're the new guy. You don't know what happens. You don't know what needs to be done and stuff. They know. So they sit there and say, yo, you need to do this. You need to do that. And then when you get into it, maybe a month, 3 months, 6 months, you're like, you know what? This ain't the way we need to be doing it. We need to be doing it this way. And so I'm like, you know what? Y'all do whatever that is y'all doing. I'm going to do what I'm doing. So I go and I do my thing, and then my thing gets bigger and better. I'm doing, instead of doing open mics, now all of a sudden I got shows maybe once a month. And then 3 months later, I got 2 shows, and then 3 shows, and 4 shows, and then 5. Next thing I know, I'm going to different states, not just doing shows in my city. I'm going to not only other cities, I'm going to other states. Now I'm going to another country to do comedy shows. And where are they? They're still in the local scene doing open mics and only doing shows in their city. And I'm a very blunt person. I'll tell you straight up, well, because what y'all were doing were incorrect. And I tried to tell y'all shouldn't be doing this. Y'all should be doing it that way. But y'all want to still do the same way y'all been doing for the past 5-10 years, and you're still in the same spot. But I started comedy back in '93. I did it to about 2000. And then I had kids and marriage. And then I came back in 2021. So this is coming up on my 5th year doing comedy. And I've done all this in 5 years. And while y'all have been doing it for 5 years or 10 years, y'all still in that same spot. And I'm like,
LA, and that's why you have haters.
dislikers.
Dislikers.
yeah.
We're going to bring on some of those dislikers. We
All
brought
right.
them in. We contacted them before you came
Bring them
on.
on,
So
man.
Yeah, they're here.
They know who they are. They know who they are. They know.
we're going to find out who the daddy is.
Yeah. Yeah, we figured out the DNA test over virtual. Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Really
got it. We got it going. No.
Right.
All right. So you got anxieties about not being like. Do you have any fears? Anxiety and fears are similar, but is there anything maybe that happened to you as a child that you're still scared of? I'll give you an example. For me, dude, I got in so many bees' nests as a kid, like just the sound of a bee. And I'm like, is there any kind of like fear you have that you've developed from maybe childhood or maybe adulthood?
I have a fear of falling off a cliff.
Ooh.
Okay. Did you ever get close to a cliff or anything as a kid?
have. And I think that's it. It's like, because when you look down, it ain't like you're on a cruise ship and you look down. Oh, there's water. It's a possibility I may survive. When you look down over a cliff, it's nothing but rocks, and it's pretty steep, and you're like, I don't think I could survive that. Yeah,
I think it's a rational fear.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You got a fear of heights, Valentina?
No.
What are you
No.
afraid of?
No.
Valentina will hang over it like cliffhanger and just like
Oh, she's wild.
No, I won't.
like everybody's a little bit scared of heights. No?
I don't think so. I've never been heights and afraid of it.
All right,
Yeah, you're
Valentina.
not really afraid of anything. Like we've talked about with you before. We've talked about like survival instinct. And all
And
that.
Valentina's like, I'll die. Like,
Yeah, I'm just ready
like
to
I'm
go.
not putting in the effort to try to survive. If there's something coming after me, I'm just gonna sit down and let it eat me.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
wow.
literally, first episode, we were talking about, for whatever reason, as we do, we talked about off the topic stuff. We talked about the Holocaust and Hitler, and Valentina had the quote, and it's on tape. It's at the intro of this podcast. She goes, I think I would let Hitler kill me.
I don't think I'd defend myself.
I don't think I'd
What?
defend myself.
Yeah. And we took that B-roll from that and we like put that in the intro because we're just like, that's crazy. Like,
Well,
Oh, so
Yeah,
you were
I
one of those sacrifices
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
back in the day.
he's like, I'm not getting in
Sacrifice
the attic.
reversion.
I'll stand out in the yard and be like, come get me.
No, I think I'm afraid of that, of like fighting for my life and not making it.
oh,
I don't like that. I
So
don't
you
like
don't want to
that
be
thought.
oh, because if you die,
Then why
then
not fight for
yeah,
it?
all that effort was for nothing.
Yeah.
okay. Heard.
No.
Yeah. Dang. Okay.
Yeah, if
makes more
if there's a
sense.
guarantee that I will survive, I will fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
we just gotta figure out what's a guarantee for you. Like what would you fight? You're like, all right, I know I can come out of this. Like,
Guys,
Yeah.
there's no guarantee in life, especially if somebody's
Exactly.
so just give up now.
Yeah.
Valentina, the therapist, tells you there's
give up now.
no guarantees in life. You may be wasting your time.
Yeah.
Give up now.
Yeah.
That's
This
a
is
joke. She's a
So
professional.
Valentina has been on death row in her past life a few times. Just like
Now write her a check and get out of her office.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So I mean, if we took that strategy, Valentina, you're definitely not going to make it in comedy because there's no guarantee you're going to be successful at all. And
Yeah.
every time you step on the stage, there's no guarantee that you get to put in all the effort in the world to put on a perfect set, and then the crowd's like, "Boo!"
Yeah, that
Right.
sucks. LA, do you get anxiety or nervous going on stage?
yes, all the time, because you never know when you're on stage. You don't know what kind of crowd it is. You know you're funny because you wouldn't be where you are if you weren't. So when you get on stage and it's like, I don't know if these people are gonna think I'm funny. You don't know. But once you get on there, it's like, I got it. And then you
Yeah.
get off, and then you back to normal.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
normal folks. Think about that. If you had that condition, I almost said disease. If you had that condition where you couldn't visualize it, every show you did, that's it. You'll never be able to revisit it. You'll never be able to,
Well, you can remember it.
but you won't be able to like see it. Like an audience member, say you was making an interaction with the audience member, all that stuff would be like, it happened,
Mm.
but you wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah, and maybe like
know.
the feeling of it, but yeah, you couldn't
Mhm.
see it.
So what about a movie? We keep saying this like shock. We're bringing it back. You watch a movie, you can never revisit it in your head.
But I think that happens over time, though. For
Mm.
the 99%,
Mm.
I don't remember much of my childhood, but I remember like
Yeah,
how
you
I
don't
felt.
see it the same way either
Yeah.
as it actually happened.
I don't remember specifics like that.
hmm
So I think that just happens over time.
That'd be cool if you have a disliker that has that condition, because you can just go by them, beat them up. They won't even remember the next day. Every day you just beat them up.
Yeah, I can't remember your face.
Yeah, I don't know if it works that way. They'll be like, I know exactly who it was.
LA, if that's what you do to your dislikers, I'd hate to see what you do to your
I don't
haters.
understand how LA's disliked.
Yeah.
I can't figure it
That's
out.
what I say.
Yeah.
He's going around
You're
us.
one of the nicest people that you'll ever meet, especially in this comedy game, because this comedy game is.
Mm.
Yeah. Talking about wanting to beat people up, and he's like, I don't know why people don't like you. You're a good person.
I've always seen you on stage, LA. It's interesting you say that you get anxious going up there as well. We all face that, I think, in life, like in people's equivalent of what that is. If you gotta talk in life, if you've got to do some kind of performance or go up for that promotion, whatever it is. But every time I see you on stage, you're very confident and you're very you're just really present. And I see you as reading the crowd, reading the room. So what's that switch from those nerves to, okay, it's go time? And maybe what advice could you have for somebody who is just dealing that? We had somebody who commented recently that they have anxiety just in normal conversation because you don't know where it's going to go, that kind of thing. How do you approach those things when you got to do that?
Yeah. I just have a lot of confidence in myself, and it's also being repetitive of what you do. Like in the beginning, you're nervous. I don't. If you saw me 4 or 5 years ago, I'm not the same person that I am today. Shoot, I'm not the same comedian I was 6 months ago. I'm always working on stuff. I'm always tweaking all my jokes and things like that. And it's also, I don't know if it's not only anxiety, but it's also excitement, because I'm excited to like, oh, I want to see if this joke's gonna work, well, I want to see if I tweak it this way and do it this way, is it going to work? So when I'm on stage, it's that anxiety, but it's also that excitement. And when you get that excitement, it's when you get that joke that hits and stuff, it's just, man, you got them in the palm of your hand. You're like, all right, let me keep going. Let me try this. Let me try that. And sometimes it doesn't work. And my thing is with me in this point of time of my comedy career, it's if you don't like me, it's because you don't get my jokes or I'm just not your type of comedian. So no matter what I say, you're not going to think I'm funny. So that's why I don't focus on them. I focus on the comedians and the audience members that think I'm funny. And I just focus on that because I say a year or couple years, I have found out and I've noticed that it's best to leave those people alone and focus on the people that like you and people that will come to your shows, because it's too many people. They can get 100 likes and they'll get one dislike and they will focus on that one dislike instead of appreciating the 100 likes. And I stopped, and that was me. And I was like, I'm stopped doing that. Yeah, one dislike, I don't care. I'm focusing on my 100 likes.
I do that even on stage while I'm on stage. If those crowds lit up, most of the crowd can be laughing, and I'll single out the one person sitting there with a blank stare, and I'm like, why is that person not laughing? And I'm like trying to get that one person to start laughing. What's that deal? And I'm ignoring the fact the rest of the crowd's laughing. You know what I mean? Which can get in your head. So yeah, I definitely understand that mentality. I owned a restaurant one time, and we talked about this before, but reviews would come in and 5-star. The 1-star would keep me up at night for a week. And I can tell you exactly every 1-star, and I didn't have a lot of them, but I can remember every word of every one of them. I can't tell you one 5-star I got. So I think that's how people process things.
Yeah. Well, get out of that process.
You got to make that switch in your mind.
Yeah. It takes time. You can't just do it like that. It takes, all right, not this time. I'm going to try. But then a couple days later, you switch me. All right, what did he say? What did he say? But, just work on it.
For sure. And if you fail at something, you just a friend of mine wrote a post recently, and I read it, and if you visualize it, it's pretty strong. He's like, imagine you're fighting someone, right?
Not if you have a fantasia.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Think about it in words. Anyways, and every time you knock that person down, they get back up stronger than they were before and with more knowledge than they did before. Imagine how impossible it would be to beat someone like that. Over time, they would just dominate you. And if that's you as a person, every time you get knocked down in life, you just get back up with more strength and more knowledge than you did before you got knocked down. By the end of it, you're going to be unstoppable.
Right.
That's true.
That's good.
Yeah. So when you visualize it like that, it's pretty strong, I think.
Or feel it for our friends that
You got to be inclusive, guys.
Yeah, we're inclusive, so everyone.
That's like when they tell me they're like, you know what, man, just keep stepping, just keep running, and you'll get there. And I'm like, guys, I have cerebral palsy, and they're like, oh yeah, just roll over there. You'll get
so funny, for people who can visualize this, I want you to visualize Skylar. Earlier today, he got dropped off by his Uber driver who was in a hurry and dropped him off on the wrong side of our apartment complex, way away. I'm talking like 200 yards away. I opened the door and I see Skylar with his walker,
rest of the way.
and he's like, "Don't worry about me. I'm walking your way." And I'm like, what? And then the Uber driver just jumps in her car and drives off. And I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In her defense, I was trying to get here and I saw Phil's car. He had moved it so that everybody could like get in.
I like to screw with Skylar.
Right. He had moved it, and I've been to Phil's house a few times, but I struggle with object permanence. That's not a disability thing. That's just a me thing. I don't notice anything. So like I saw his car, pulled away. So I just figured, oh, well, he must be the unit that's closest to that space because he's, pulled away. And so that's what I thought it was. And then Phil came, he goes, Skylar, and whatever. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're down there. So I had to walk all the way.
But imagine seeing Skylar with his walker 200 yards away, waving at me, screaming like, I'm on my way.
I'm going, man. Yeah.
Wow.
I did it, though. Yeah.
I'm going to start moving my car to different apartments just to watch him.
Yeah.
Try to figure out where I'm at.
Help me work on my 2-mile, man, because that used to be where I'm at. I gotta keep going. I used to be able to go like 2 miles easy, and now I gotta keep it up, man. So yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Valentina, ask some questions. Get in here.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
Fun.
Um,
LA, what inspires your comedy?
Life,
hmm.
just life in general. I have so many stories in my life. Like I said, I always say I'm 50 years old, man. I've been on this planet for 50 years, man. There's just so many things that's happened to me, and I'm just now starting to get into that. Because in the beginning, I wasn't. Like, with my personal life, I didn't really want to tell people about my personal life. Like, people didn't know I was married. People didn't know I had kids. Even know what I did for a living for real and stuff like that. Now I'm
Neither
getting more into
neither
that.
one of his families knew it.
Yeah.
He would
No,
go to
neither
one,
one.
they didn't know. He'd go to the other, they didn't know.
He kept
They didn't
making
know.
life 'cause
That
he
was
knows-
that was the rule. That was the rule with us, man. You don't
Never
tell
get
people
each other.
family.
I
Yeah.
always say, like in the 60s and stuff, it was a wild time because people would have a family, and then they would have another family that that family didn't know anything about in their freezer.
Oh.
A lot of serial killers in the 60s.
Yeah, we don't check Phil's freezer. You know, he invites us over. We never look for a frozen
No,
pizza.
no one goes to the basement.
Yeah.
And speaking of like, it matters, like, it's not everybody's comedy. It just matters, if the crowd's into it or whatever. LA, the first time I booked with LA, he's like, I'll be honest with you, man, I don't like dark comedy, but the crowd might, and it doesn't really matter what I like. And
Right.
that's the mentality you got to have.
Yeah. Because I know I'm not. I tell people, man, I'm not the comedy police, and people act like I am. Like, I'll make a comment about somebody, and they all get all upset about. It's like, I'm just one person, man. I'm just one person. But you will feel like Phil and Joe Bridges and all those, man. Y'all dark comedy is great because a person that doesn't like dark comedy likes your comedy. So
There
I
you go.
know people that like dark comedy loves your dark comedy. So I'm like, y'all great comedians, man. Just from that vantage point. And just thing with political comedy, I don't really like. Religious comedy, I don't really like. But if you can do a political or religious joke and make me laugh and stuff, I'm like, oh, this is a great comedian because I don't even like this kind of comedy.
What we should really do is, because we're getting Joe on the podcast also, so
Yeah.
we should get a group therapy. We should get Joe and you and a couple other people and just like do a comedy comedian group therapy session.
You guys all need a lot of help, so we'll
Yeah, that way we can just
We
take
can
care of you all
work
at one
together, yeah.
time.
right. Just
That'd
knock
be
it all
great.
out.
I'll be honest, this is time consuming trying to fix every comedian in the area. It'd be
Oh,
nice if we could just get you all together and just do it all at once.
Comedian support group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd save us a lot of time and effort.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe save you guys some dollars too.
Yeah. Doing it virtual, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that's the case for like music. I'm not a big fan of country music, but if I enjoy a country song, I know that that's a good country song.
Yeah.
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 That. And also with the Phil thing, you see, I was honest with you. It wasn't like, all right.
Yeah. No,
I'll
yeah,
talk-
it wasn't. He was
I'll
like,
talk
yeah, I'd
to you.
love that kind of comedy. I'd love to have it.
And no calls. That really sucks. I can't wait to have you on, and no, I'll give you a call in a month or two, and 6 months pass by, nothing.
See,
Thought he liked me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see what I can do comment. Yeah.
yeah. No, you're not getting stage time.
Right. But hey, I booked Phil though.
He did. Absolutely. We'll have to do
yeah.
something
Yeah,
together
book him
again.
again.
Yeah,
What kind of people, LA, and I guess by extension also Phil, would be, what kind of people do you look for when you're thinking about booking? And maybe somebody can apply this to their regular life. What kind of person could maybe translate their self to somebody? I don't know if that's making sense what I'm trying to say, but like,
Well, I'll tell you the criteria that I look for in a comedian when I book them is, first of all, professionalism, reliability, and professionalism. Let me just break that down. They'll show up on time. They'll do the amount of time they were supposed to do. They will be prepared. They'll have their jokes written out. They'll have their set ready. Everything will flow, and they won't be drunk to the point they can't talk. They won't be high to the point they can't think. And if they do all those things, we're golden.
That's it. That's it. Like everything Phil said. That's exactly, because when I do a show, I put, before the show starts, I tell people what the rules are. I tell them how much time they're doing and everything, even before they show up. So if you show up and one of those things you're not doing, I'm saying, okay, you don't really care. You don't give a F about what I think. You don't give a F about my comedy. You don't give a F about my comedy show or anything like that. So usually if I book you just one time and that's it, then there's a reason for that. Like there's like me, I'm a black man and I don't like the N word.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know a lot of people
LA,
they didn't know.
Revelation.
Valentina, we were supposed to screen people before we put them on the show.
We had no idea. For you guys, listen audio that can't visualize, this is gonna be wild as well. You guys
Yeah,
can't.
revelation.
Yeah, this is shocking, dude.
Right.
Shocking.
Maybe it's
fine.
lighting. I don't know.
It's the background.
Right,
There we
right.
go.
It's tough, man.
All right, go ahead, LA.
Contrast. I say, like, I don't like the N word being said. I was like, don't say the N word.
Mhm.
And there's people that come and they'll freaking still. I know there's only one time it's happened. Still say the N word. Then I tell you not to say the N word. You can be mad because before the show you might have got a ticket or the crowd ain't feeling you, because when you come from here in Roanoke, if you come from another spot and you come here, sometimes those jokes that you say in your city won't relate to coming to another city. It's like, don't get upset and then all of a sudden you mad and now you want to throw all the rules out. But and like Phil said, all those things, I say the drunk, the intoxication, be on time. I say my show starts at 8. I say you can get here by 8 o'clock. I'm not one of those people be here 15 minutes early or half an hour early and my show don't start at like 8:30 and stuff. That kind of pees me off. You want me to be there half an hour early, but your show don't start till an hour later. I'm like, that's an hour and a half I could be doing something. So I always tell the comedians, come at least by 8. And if you're not there by 8, please text me. Let me know, because I worry. Because I'm thinking,
if
are
it's
you
feeling stress, are you going to be there? Do you have to figure out?
right? Did you get in a car accident or something? I'm sitting here freaking out. And like, no, it'll be 15 more minutes. Why don't you just tell me that?
Yeah, and people out there that's not comedians, because we like to talk about comedy a lot because we have comedians on here, but take it for just life lessons. If you do those things in life, you're professional, you show up on time, you are prepared, and all those things in life.
Not intoxicated.
Yeah, and not intoxicated or too high to get done whatever you need to get done, then you're going to be successful in life.
Yeah, you're gonna float on all right. And I would say just showing up also as to the best of your ability, show up as yourself. Because if you put on a face or you try really hard to be somebody that you aren't, it's gonna fall off.
Therapy for the Twisted, hate fake people.
Yeah,
You heard it here first. I'll endorse
Hate
that.
them.
Don't be fake.
Don't be fake.
Don't.
We know so many fake people.
Oh,
And
yeah.
those haters, LA, you'll learn those are the fake people.
I know. And one other thing, when I talk about booking people, I always look for comedians that are working. If you're just doing open mics and stuff, I'm like, you're doing open mics. Or if you're once every 3 months or something, I want comedians that got a show at least once or twice a month, or doing open mics who are putting in the work. Those are the ones I look for. If you're just out here just thinking I'm gonna book you because you know me, that's not gonna happen.
So me and Skylar and Valentina, everybody's organizing a Therapy for the Twisted stand-up comedy. We're working with a marketer and a production company, and we're going to be putting on some great shows throughout East Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina, all that stuff. In LA, of course, we'll give you a call.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we need more professionals out there.
Yes. Yeah, we do. And also promote. I don't care if I'm doing a show. Like, I'm doing a show in Atlantic City next month. I'm promoting in Atlantic City that, hey, I'm going to be here because I need these Atlantic City people to come to my shows and stuff. But there's people that if they're not doing a show in their city, they won't even promote your show. Like, when I do a show like here at the Coffee Pot, if I'm looking to see if you're promoting it. If you're not promoting it, you're going to do this show, I'm not going to contact you anymore. And this seems like there's a big thing on Facebook right now where there's people that saying, hey, if you're on a show, promote it. And then there's comedians that say, well, you're the promoter, you should be promoting it. And I've never understood why, you being a comedian, why aren't you happy? You should be happy to promote the shows that you're doing, because that's showing people that you're working. and they're showing bookers that like, oh, if this person is booking them, I'm gonna try and book them because they got to be funny if they're doing the work. So I don't understand why comedians do not promote the shows that they do. It's crazy to me. It really is.
Yeah. You just need to be prepared in life. I got a funny story. This has nothing to do with comedy, but it is about being prepared for things, right? So when I was younger, I was probably about 19 years old. I worked at this gas station, and a guy came in. This is a true story. I'm sure I can look up the newspaper clippings. Guy walks in, and he's going to rob the place. All right. So he goes into the bathroom, and I'm watching him because he has a big brown bag, and he walks in there, and he's dressed kind of weird. He goes into the bathroom. He's in there for quite a while, and he's assembling this gun. He broke it down, put it in a brown bag, and he assembled it in the bathroom, right? So he comes out, and he walks up, and he pulls out the gun, and the gun falls apart. It just drops into like 5 or 6 different. And I start laughing because I didn't know what else to do. Like, it was a nervous laugh, and I'm like, what is happening? I didn't know if I should go grab some of the pieces and throw them away or something. So he's sitting there, he's trying to get it, and it gets even better. I say, listen, man, are you even old enough to rob a place? The dude hands me his driver's license. I take it, and then he takes off running because he realized what he just did. The cops show up, and I'm like, this guy tried to rob the place.
That's fantastic.
I don't have to visualize what he looked like. He's right here on the
Yeah,
driver's
all the
license.
evidence.
That's what happens when you're not prepared, LA.
Right.
Don't go out and rob places, but in real life, I'd say, put your best foot forward, and in the sense of promotion, like just for everybody's life, I think promoting for daily life means, be proud of the accomplishments that you've done. Don't brag about them, but be proud of them. Carry them, and as you carry them, like that energy is gonna flow through. But yeah, don't go rob gas stations, and if you do, then assemble your gun, dude.
Get one that's already assembled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't break it down and try to reassemble it. Just walk in there. Like, he didn't have to go to the bathroom. I mean, he
It
could have just
wasn't
pulled it
easier
out.
to hide either when he was assembled. Like the bag was obvious.
Yeah, I was watching him from the second he walked in. I'm like, that is weird. And yeah, so when you're on stage, don't drop your shit.
Yeah.
There's so many questions about that. Like, was the gun not assembled when he first got it? Or did he have to unassemble? Did
Did
somebody
he
just
drop
say,
it?
here's
Yeah,
half
he's
a
completely
gun?
assembled and ready to go. And he's like, nah,
No.
I'm going to add a step to this
Yeah.
process.
He's like,
Right.
he's like in the bathroom on YouTube, like, all right, guys, welcome back to the channel. This is how you assemble a.
He didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I have a story like that. I worked at a restaurant throughout college, and there was a clothing store right behind it. And one day we just had someone with a huge bag come in and go straight to the bathroom. And we didn't know what was going on. And a few minutes later, the police showed up. They were looking for that woman. They were like, oh, they gave us a description. We're like, she's in the bathroom. So they go get her in the bathroom. And she had stolen a bunch of stuff from the clothing store, some shoes and clothes. And she was putting them in the toilet and trying to flush them. So she was trying to get rid of the evidence.
Oh,
It didn't work.
No,
It
dude.
did not work.
No, that's
Yeah.
Wow.
That's someone else who didn't think that through.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
think things through.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Did you ever have a time where you bombed horribly and it had nothing to do with, obviously you were hilarious, but the crowd just wasn't feeling it? Did that ever happen for a whole set?
I remember the last time. This is back when I first started doing comedy, and this is the story I tell. And what happened was there was a show. I was the opening act. I didn't know anything about it, the show or anything. I just know it was like in a basement. So we go down in the basement, and I'm doing my set, and I'm doing good. It's about 5 minutes into the set, and I cursed. It was back when, I don't know if y'all remember this. It was Joe Jackson, and was being accused by LaToya Jackson that he used to beat and molest her back in the day. So I just said something about beating something like Joe Jackson and LaToya Jackson. It's like, I'm gonna beat it and I'm gonna fuck it. The whole place.
Oh, wow.
And come to find out, It was a clean comedy at a church.
At a church.
At a church. I didn't know it was a church because they had me go down in like
He's like, this
around back.
basement. Yeah, he's like, this basement. Why do they have crosses in the basement?
Yeah, that's weird.
Man, I was just so excited to be on the show because I was on a show with a comedian. He called himself, he's the Fat Doctor, RIP. He was a DC comedian, and I was just excited to do a comedy show with him because he's like one of the legends. He was on Def Comedy Jam and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was just so excited. I wasn't paying attention. I was like, man, I got a show with him. And so I get on there and do that, and man, and it was so bad the music had to be played because I couldn't get the crowd back.
Oh, I would say not. Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And then in fact, I was like, yo, man, I mean, that's what happens, man. It happens.
What you do is after you say that and the pin drops, you're gonna be like, "Praise the Lord."
If I knew if it was a church, I didn't know till afterwards because I don't know if it was a rib or whatever. He's like, no, just be you, do whatever you want.
That's the origin story of why he doesn't like dark comedy.
Exactly.
Come full circle, yeah.
Yeah. So a life story that's kind of embarrassing like that. First time I went with a buddy of mine who was DJing a wedding. He's like, hey man, you want to be my roadie? I'll just pay you some money to come and help me set up the equipment. I was like, sure. So we went and done it. And the wedding was down in this big valley. And you really couldn't hear anything of what the preacher was saying or anything that was going on down there. But they had a wedding planner that was supposed to signal to us when to start playing different songs and stuff like that. So we're up top and he's just testing his music out. He thought his headphones was plugged in. It was just going to go through the headphones and he was just work. Well, he blasts right when the preacher says, let's bow our heads and pray. At that exact moment, he blasted Highway to Hell, AC/DC, into that valley, and it just echoed. It was just like, it was booming. And everybody just stood up and turned around, and then he cut it off. And that was the most, I just want to leave. I didn't have to be there. I was like, get the hell out of there.
Dang.
So, yeah. When you get knocked down, you get back up again. I think that's the moral of the story. Yeah,
it is.
Listen, LA, why don't you tell us what you want to promote? What you got going on?
Oh, okay. Well, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do the podcast with my Something Like a co-host, Chout Bout and JC Wellen. We do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be on Facebook. It's on YouTube. And it's on twitch.tv because I also play blackjack on there on Sunday nights.
And for
everything is LA Josh Preston. I was writing here, but on Twitch it's Cash Shiznit. It's CASHIZNIT, and that's because when I first started doing Twitch, I was just playing blackjack. I wasn't even doing comedy. I was just playing blackjack, and a lot of people don't know this, but I used to be a wrestler, and my wrestling name was LA Cash, and I used to be like, yo, I'm about to hit him with that Cash Shiznit, you know, and so that's where that came from.
Hold on, I feel like we're getting ready to like go, but I gotta know about this wrestling thing. Yeah. What was that?
I did that.
Into it, dude.
Such a detailed question Skylar has. So what was that?
I mean, I just need to know everything, dude. Just dive in there.
He's like, we're about ready to end the podcast, but tell me everything.
No, I just did it like after I did my comedy thing. I did wrestling for about 3 years. It was Boogie Woogie's wrestling camp in Shawsville, Virginia. So I went in there and just tried out. And the reason why I tried out, RIP, I hate saying this story because it's about Chris Benoit, but Chris Benoit actually told me, yo, man, why don't you go into wrestling? You seem like your presence, because I used to be a manager at the Marriott, and they used to say at the Marriott here in Roanoke.
No, the guy who murdered family, then murdered himself. Actually gave pretty good life advice. Go ahead.
Yeah. And he said, you can be a wrestler, man, because you got something about my aura or my charisma was something. And he's like, yeah, you can do that. So I thought, shoot, if Chris Benoit said I can do it, I can definitely do it. So I go into Boogie's camp, train for about a year, and then finally graduated, and then started doing freaking wrestling shows all over here. I went North Carolina, DC, Maryland, West Virginia, and all that stuff. Became tag team champions. Matter of fact, there's a place. It's called Carolina Wrestling Federation, and we hold the record for the most tag team titles on there. And that's where the Hardy Boys came from, and Shane Helms, the hurricane. I don't know. If
We need a picture of that.
Yeah,
We can't visualize things, so we'll only see it
Right.
once.
I'll get one for you.
Are you like in a costume and stuff? Is this?
I was in a tag team with a guy. His name was Jay Money, and we were called the Southside Players.
Yeah.
And I wore red, I wore blue, sort of like a blood crip type thing. But it was
Oh,
one of those things where it's like the Bloods and the Crips can get together, work
Mhm.
together to accomplish something. That was like
Kick
one of
some
those
ass,
teaching
too.
moment type things.
Oh, okay.
And
Like
so-
positive influence.
Yes, we had. It wasn't a costume. I had this player outfit on, and we were just wore jeans. We kind of looked like John Cena. Let's put it like that. I'm gonna be honest. I think John Cena got the art. You know what? We're not gonna talk about that. But
All right. Well, listen, we want to thank you for being here, LA. Been a great guest. Do you feel better? How was the therapy session? for you?
man, I always feel good talking with y'all, man. It's
All right.
it's a great feeling. I just like doing podcasts. I just love talking to people, especially meeting new people like you, Valentina. It's a pleasure meeting you and stuff. And Phil and Skylar, y'all know what it is, man. Love you
Yeah.
guys. I
Love you
love
too.
your comedy. It's just y'all just decent human beings. Okay,
I
that's
agree.
and that's what I love. Just decent human beings.
All right. Well, we're going to put you back in the green room. We're going to talk about what just happened. And then
Okay.
if you're free, our live show is going to be going on at 2:30. If you want to comment on that, that'll be broadcast on Facebook. You guys won't know about it. It'll already happen by the time you hear this, but you can go
Okay.
to our Facebook or our YouTube and rewatch the live show we're going to be doing today. So
Okay.
we're going to be doing an update on Jessica. That was Valentina's roommate. If you watch episode, she goes through all the horrible things that she went through with Jessica.
Awful.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And now Jessica is facing justice in North
Finally.
Carolina. So we're going to go over that. LA, once again, thank you. And we will catch you on the other side. Okay.
So much fun.
All right. Thank y'all.
Later, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we think about that? What do we think about LA's therapy session? You think we did some good for LA?
I think so.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
He
Yeah.
is. I don't know why he has haters. Makes no sense.
No, yeah.
I think you want haters. I want people to hate me.
You want people to
I
hate
do.
you?
There's some people that I don't want them to like me.
Mm.
You know, there's some people like, I don't respect you. I don't care if you don't like me. I want you to not like me.
So it's not
Yeah.
just like avoiding them, not hanging out with them. It's a step further. Like,
Yeah.
I want you to not like me because
I'm not going out of my way, but like
Right.
if you're a terrible person, I don't want you to like me.
Yeah,
don't want
because what
bad
does that say
people.
about you if someone
Exactly.
terrible likes you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like to think everyone who hates me is a terrible person.
Yeah, I think that's a good place.
Yeah,
to start.
everyone's the problem, not me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I think that's great therapy lesson today that you are never the problem.
Yeah, here at Therapy for the Twisted, you heard it here. We don't believe in accountability.
No,
So-
it does not matter who you are. If you're Jeffrey Dahmer right now watching this,
right.
they deserve to be eaten. They were terrible people.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, that's too far.
yeah. What if there really is killers listening to this? And we're like, and they're like taking notes. They're like, okay, assemble the gun.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not my fault.
We gave them step-by-step instructions how to become a
Don't
serial
give your
killer.
license. Like,
We
Yeah.
become accessories in some crime.
yeah.
They're like, I was inspired by this podcast.
Well, as long as we can do some good in the world.
Uh,
One less terrible person, right?
that's right.
All right. If you're a terrible person, stop it.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah. Visualize
out.
something.
If
Unless
can.
you can't visualize
Right.
anything,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
read a nice book.
Go eat some chocolate chip cookies or something. Calm down.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for listening or watching Therapy for the Twisted. If you're watching or listening on YouTube, please subscribe.
Yeah. thank you.
Right. If you're on Spotify, please follow
And leave a review on Spotify and Apple and all those
and
places.
share with everybody. All right.
Yeah,
we
we
want this
appreciate
thing to
y'all.
grow.
Thank you.
We love you.
We love you.
You're not a terrible person.
Be good.
You're doing
Bye.
great.
Later. Therapy lesson today that you are never the problem.
Yeah, here at Therapy for the Twisted, you heard it here. We don't believe in accountability.
She made a fake obituary for her mother so she could go skiing with her boyfriend.
But a guy in Kentucky last week got arrested for having sex with a dead deer.
Whoa.
Decided at a very young age that I was going to live forever.
They deserve to be eaten.